fellas? Elder Ufgood here, and welcome back to ANTTS, episode 13, where I am still exploring the world of Ars Nouveau. And as you can see, I did a lot of stuff in between episodes with this island. There's a lot going on here, and there might even be a new piggy. Who am I kidding? Look, there is a new piggy. And a new tower. Which I see I made a mistake and didn't finish something. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. It's all fixed there. Yeah. So we got a brand new piggy with a brand new witch hat and a brand new place to do all of our Ars stuff. Now, I know we can fly, but you gotta get a scale for the size of this thing, right? Right? Now check this out. We just gotta hop in here, and then we're just gonna ignore that panel that didn't get why is that even there? I think construction crews just kind of left that there. I do apologize for that. But just to get a sense of how big this thing is, we're just now getting to the glass part outside. Like, to where you can see in. Really? I thought we were almost there. And the way that I built it, there we go. Look at this. And if you think this is all the room I would give myself, you're incredibly wrong. I have so much room for activities. Like, much more room for many, many activities. And the last thing you're going to notice about my area, well, I had to say goodbye to all of that. And I had to say goodbye to all of the bees. That's right. The world had become just a little bit laggy, and it was time to get rid of all of that. All right, now, let me explain to you one thing, and I'll only explain it one time. This build took absolutely forever. And when I mean forever, I mean forever. That's simply because, well, it's made out of one block. And honestly, that one block is just inventory cables. It's inventory cables from the grass all the way up. Not the glass. That would be silly. And really, really unnecessary. But even all of this, it's all inventory cable. Why? Because if I can automate ours through Super Factory Manager, I wanted to make sure my build could handle Super Factory Manager anywhere. Alright, so where we left off, we were beelining it for the bees, and of course the tablet of Conjure Island. We're gonna slow down now, and the main thing that I'm going to be focusing on is getting the upgraded spell books, and then getting into the gear, wherever the gear is on this thing. Interesting. And then, of course, we're going to be automating as much as we possibly can to find out everything that's needed. The last thing that I didn't show you in between episodes was, if I run back over here real quick, this thing is incredible. I did not realize that you could get an ME source jar, tire it to a wireless system, and then store said source in the AE system. So that island is no longer needed. I have it all go into there. And now, if I want to, and I will, I can tap into it over there. Alright, so I know we're going to need the spellbook. And I want to look at the Ultimodium spellbook because it's optional, but I do want to complete it. We're going to need to look into the Archmage spell. We're going to need to look into the Archmage spellbook, which is going to need a Mage's spellbook, which is going to need a Novice spellbook, which I do believe I think I already have one of those. But either way, I'll go ahead and get another one, and I'm going to see if I can go all the way up to Aldemodium real quick. Alright, in order for us to upgrade this, I already have everything. I just got to craft quartz blocks? Okay. And then update this one. What do I need? Ooh, the Weldon Tribute. I think that's where I'm going to get stuck. Right, and okay, in order for us to use that, we're going to need a ritual brazier. Which I thought I had one of these already, but apparently it's gone missing. And because well, I think I can do the fight right here. I have no idea what to expect. Oh. Okay. That was that. But that didn't give me what I needed. So I guess I'll sit here and I'll keep doing this until I get what I need. And of course, if I would read properly, I would know that I had to augment the ritual and not just do the ritual. So let me do this properly now. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna eat an apple. Oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. Oh, this might be really bad. Oh, he's immune. He can fly. Not good. Oh, no, no. Oh, I got it. I thought for sure he was going to fall off the edge. That would have been terrible. Hey, 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 hey. Let me help you. Let me help you. Never mind. All right. We got the Weldon Tribute. And just like that, we can now go up to the Archmage. All right, let's check the uses for that. That one in a smithing table. Okay, I think we can do this now. And just like that, boom. Part 1 done. Let's go back up to here. Now we gotta get into the robes. Remind me to get into the robes. Alright, for the robes, we're gonna need either Pyromancer robes, Aethermancer robes, Geomancer robes, Aquamancer robes, or Arcanist robes. Magical robes will increase the wearer's mana regen and can be upgraded with special ability using threads. The sorcerer set provides the lowest defense, but provides the most powerful set of slots for threads. The Arcanist Battle Mage set provides for increasingly more defense, but fewer and less powerful thread slots. For more information on threads, see this section on armor perks. Okay. I'm not too concerned with thread slots. I mean, obviously, higher's better. So I'm guessing Sorcerer into Arcanist. Into Battle Mage? Can I use the Battle Mage to make this? No, it doesn't appear, so it's either Pyro, Aether, Geo, or Aqua. Okay. I mean, how hard is it to make any of these? Okay, we need our Arcanist robes anyway, so I knew this. Alright, let's first make our Arcanist hat, which I don't want to dye it. What do we need? Enchanting apparatus. Or a magic armor upgrade. No, we're doing enchanting apparatus. Mage bloom and iron. I'm assuming it's going to be like this for the rest of it. Mage bloom, iron for all of this. Yeah, let me get this stuff real quick. Alright, and to get Mage Bloom, how do you get this? You need Mage Bloom fibers. Grown from seeds crafted using the enchanting apparatus. Nope. I have Mage Bloom seeds. Now, do you need... You do need. Actually, I thought about it. It might be a... I wonder if I could do it over here. Oh, yeah. There we go. I don't know how much we're going to need, but at least that'll be now passive generation. Alright, and I think we'll go ahead and set up an enchanting apparatus over here. Alright, if I recall, it's... Well, it's not this. I'm... I need the fibers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there we go. Full set of Lucky Arcanist Hat of Health, Iron Forged Arcanist Robes, Windswept Arcanist Pants of the Fox. That's hilarious. And Elastic Arcanist Threads of the Eagle. That's going to take care of that, but we are going to go ahead and just take these all the way up to Ultimodium. Okay, I think the first thing we got to do is possibly take these up to higher tiers. So I guess we'll take them all the way up to tier 2, tier 3. Okay, yeah, we're gonna decide right now what set do we want. And if we want Pyromancer or Geomancer, highly leaning on Geomancer, we're gonna need the tier 3 upgrades. So I'm gonna need not the enchanting apparatus, is it? Magic armor up. Oh, okay. I see. There we go. All tier 3 now. Now, let's see what we can use these for. So we're going to have to get some earth essence, huh? Okay, let's put that on the list, and then we need netherite. Not a problem. All right, and temporary setup for this is going to be there. And because I was incorrect on the method, I only need one of each. All right, and then just slap these down, and then no recipe found. Aha! Well, it appears I have quite a bit more to do. I guess we'll see real quick. All right, and with the Wilden tribute done, we can get back over here and miss the platform completely. Remind me, Mark of Mastery. It's one of every single one, including a Walden tribute. 10,000 source, and I get 5. All right, and then tribute in the middle, and speed it up. All right, now we have the Mark of Mastery. So I'm guessing if I go 1 like this, now I can do this. I can. Ooh. All right, and there we go. Don't need that just yet, but now I have to see what it looks like, right? We can't not just not have this on and see what it would look like. Oh. There we go. If I equip it right, I am now a bee mage. And I gotta admit, I kind of like it. I kind of like how this looks. Unfortunately, we're going to all the modium. That consumed all 4. I don't like that it just consumed all 4. And there we go. And now we'll go ahead and throw these on. Oh, we are most dapper. I know that was a weird descriptive word, but look how good this looks on me. I can't wait to see this at night. But with that, that allows me to tick off the old Imodium section. It is completely done. All right. I know I'm going to get to the bees, but right now, let's start taking care of this stuff. Creating your first spell. While holding your spellbook, you can press C to open the spell creation page. Each spell must have a form. You start off with the 3 basic forms of projectile, self-cast, and touch. For the effect, this determines what happens when you cast the spell. You can have up to 9 effects per spell. For starters, you have harm and break. Select one form and one effect. Name your spell and click create. Cool. In the bottom left of your screen, you'll see a bar. The bar is your mana pool. There are several ways to increase your mana pool or increase the efficiency of your spells as you progress through the mod. Upgrading your spellbook can also increase your mana. Yeah, I already did that. Alright, we're gonna go... Ooh. We'll go over here. Upgrading spells. If you want to cast better spells, you'll need a scribe's table. To unlock new glyphs of your spellbook, there are 3 tiers of glyphs to unlock, and each one requires some experience and items. The scribe's table is also used to attach spells to parchments. The scribe's table is also used to attach spells to spell parchments. To do this, place a spell parchment on the table, select your spell in your spellbook, then sneak right click the book on the table. To create a glyph, right click on the scribe's table with your spellbook, search for the glyph that you want to make, then click select at the bottom. Right click the table with your items required, and the glyph created and use the glyph to learn it. Note, the table can pull items from nearby inventories. So what do you need for this? That's not a hard recipe. It's so easy, we can actually go ahead and just make it now. And then we'll make our way... Let's make our way back over here. We'll set up a small little area. There's 3, that's 4, that's 3, that's 5. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a place, but maybe... Alright, I think if I tear this spot out, and we're just gonna ignore that I did all that work for that, so then I can use this wireless setup, which I didn't quite think about this. I need to grab this and swipe it. I can place that on top, and if I recall, these get placed weird. Oops. Yeah, like that. That should work. That should work really, really well. And test it. Let's go over here. Where can I slap one of these down? Right there. And just like that, our Ars tower is online. Alright, so we gotta do some spell stuff, right? We'll go back into the quest. We now have this. Tier 1 glyphs require 3 levels of experience to be made. I think we're okay there. Tier 2 glyphs require 5 levels. Okay. Tier 3 requires 10 levels. And this is where you need the Archmage, but we're already up to all the modium, so we're good there. And then the filter glyphs allow you to set your spells to specific types of targets. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, the dowsing rod gives you magic find and scrying when used. This allows you to see nearby magic creatures as well as helping you find amethyst. That's not a hard one. Let's go ahead and get it so at least we can complete up to here 100%. So, remind me... Yep, just like that. That was simple. Alright, we have lots of spell creation going on. I think I'm going to start knocking out that, and then I'll, yep, give me a second here. I'm going to knock out as much of those as possible, at least the tier 1s, and we'll see how far I have to go before I have to stop and actually start automating my tower. Look, I'm not procrastinating. You are. You're procrastinating, not me. Well, it's my favorite part of the episode. That part of the episode is the left turn. Why is it the left turn? Because there's a bee. Why is there a bee? Because there's always a bee. There's always a bee. And that bee is the breeze bee, which actually isn't hard to make. It's just water bee and magmatic bees. I don't know what all the uses are. Okay, so it doesn't have a breeding use, so I only need 5. The heavy core is going to be the hardest thing to get, I think. Let me see. Let's knock out this bee real quick. All right, make sure to turn that off. We do not want any accidents happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think? I don't know what happened there. There was like a little... Oh, we got 6. Oh, well. Let's see. You need the heavy core. How do I get a heavy core? Oh, you're a drop? Or item casting of molten heavy core? You're not even cool, man. How really? Well, darn it, now we gotta figure out how to get a wild, strong breeze. Yeah. I need the heavy core. And that's the only way that appears to be the easiest to get without having to go into Oratech, which I'm not wanting to go into Oratech. And I don't really want to go into occultism. Yeah, because that looks like that's going to be really complicated. So I guess it's going to be a mob drop. Can I get it from Can I get it from the market? I don't think I can. Alright, well I've detoured hard enough. Until I can spawn in actual breeze to get the heavy core. or until I get soul lava to be able to smelt the steel, I need to get wind charges. That's what I was getting the bee for, because you can get the wind charges from the bee. Well, it turns out you can just use a breeze rod to get a wind charge. You can get 4 just from crafting it. So we just need to get breeze rods, right? And the easiest way to get breeze rods is to take blaze rods and use create fan, and I guess that's a snow block, and it'll give us breeze rods. We need 1. Alright, I think a perfect spot for this is just going to be right here, because I already have a hole in the fence, and I don't want to fix the hole in the fence. I think this would be easier. It's silly, I know. Alright, let's get a small little setup here, just so I can make some breeze rods. And by some, I mean 1. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let me just come over here, and I didn't have to come over here to get a blaze rod, I just wanted to. So if I put this there, I can throw that there. Alright, maybe that takes a while. But I don't see the particles going through the snow block, so I don't think this is correct. Maybe if I place it down here. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a second to figure out how to get this turned into a breeze rod, and then I thought for sure this would work, but alas, my Neanderthal brain has, I can't figure this out. Alright, it says it's a snow block, but it's not. This took entirely too long to figure out. I gotta give a huge thank you to Cryptix Plays for letting me know that it was powdered snow. And it was a totally random guess. Powdered snow. And how do you get the powdered snow on here? Well, you make powdered snow, just like any other way. A powdered snow bucket. And you right-click it, and it turns into snow. Are you kidding me? And it's this type of snow that's needed. Really? They just made it that much harder. We're not going to talk about how easy that was, and how much I struggled how to get breeze rods. And just like that, got my wind charges. That's the last thing I need. Let's get back to the tower and see how many glyphs I can make real quick. Alright, real quick, let's see all the glyphs we can make. Oh, that is so cool. Alright. Can I speed this? I can speed it up. That's even better. Alright, and the last one, I think I can do it. Yes! I can. Oh my goodness. Guys, let me tell you, this took an absolute monster amount of time. And that's mainly because, like, I also started making some... Yeah, I didn't make all of Tier 1. I started making Tier 2. And, yeah, that sent me into a frenzy of trying to find things I didn't need to get, because I had already done all of the Tier 1 stuff. I was ready for this. I was ready for this. But what happened was my brain decided, just to keep doing things the wrong way. Yeah, so I did more than what I needed to do. Alright, so as you can see, we did all of the filters, and I did all of the tier 1s. And then I had to go back and make some of the tier 1s again, because it didn't register that I had them in my hotbar, I guess. I guess I was too fast to learn them, so I had to remake them. And then, of course, you see that I made some tier 2s. That was a complete accident and oversight on my part. I made some tier 2s, and I wasn't ready for them. This could have gone a whole lot smoother. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for me this episode. This has been a quite a lengthy process to get all the tier 1 glyphs and then all the filter glyphs, and then, of course, making the tier 2 glyphs that I started making for no apparent reason. And yes, the tower is not automated yet, but that's something that I will be working on, hopefully in between episodes. If not, at least progressing more into a little bit more Rs in between episodes. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Take it easy, and God bless.